Hello, my name is Michael Taylor. I'm the publisher of the South Suburban News. I have two special guests today. These are two of our nominees for the Women of Distinction, Dr. Badie and Dr. Thomas.
Hi.
How y'all doing today?
Doing well. Good.
Now, on the pages of the South Suburban News, a couple weeks ago, we did a special feature on a new business called the Smile Center, right?
Yay, the Smile Center.
Can you tell me a little bit about that business?
So the Smile Center was kind of a brainchild between myself and Dr. Thomas. We worked together in the South Suburban schools and some schools within the city as well, even into Indiana.
Okay.
And the problem that we were having was that often the patients would come to us and get exams, cleanings, a lot of preventive work, but then they wouldn't have a dental home. So they would have toothaches and, things that we couldn't treat in the school. So we saw a need. So we're here to meet the need of our patients. So we said, let's get an office so now our patients can get full dental care. Whatever they need, they can come to us to get.
Now, this is in Chicago Heights, right?
Correct.
What's the address? Give us the address.
We are located at 430 Dixie Highway. We're in Unit 101 in Chicago Heights. Our phone number for anyone looking to schedule an appointment, 708-686-2130.
Now, Dr. Thomas,
Yes.
tell me about this extraordinary relationship with you two doctors. Tell me, what does it mean to you, and how did it come about?
Well, it came about, we worked together in the school-based program, as she was explaining, and we just hit it off. I mean, we're very like-minded. We both have a passion to help, to work within the community. It was just almost like it just made sense. So it just, I mean, even now we always say, like, I'll be talking to my office manager and she'll be telling me something that Dr. Badie told her earlier that I'm telling her right at that moment. I mean, I really just feel like we're definitely in sync in the way we think and the passion that we have for our community. So
now, when you think about African American businesses, it's extraordinary to see two doctors joining forces, right? Isn't that extraordinary?
Absolutely.
Now,
We're definitely about cooperative economics. This is definitely a very well thought out plan and process. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, when you think about Dr. Thomas, okay, and Dr. Thomas, you just got to just go with this, right? Tell me something about Dr. Thomas that is one of her strong points that she doesn't want anybody to know. Tell me.
I don't know about the doesn't want anybody to know part.
Okay.
But I know for sure everybody loves Dr. Thomas. She's very laid back, very soft-spoken, but she toes this line where she is super nice, super soft-spoken, but very driven.
Very driven.
Yes. So where I can be super aggressive, she has this thing where she gets the job done in a very soft,
professional
way. Very poised, always. And that's what I like about her. Like we talk about this all the time. We're kind of like we complement each other.
Like the black eyed peas and the greens.
Exactly. Exactly.
Is that what it is?
We're good separate, but even better together.
Oh my goodness, I love it.
Yeah.
Now, Dr. Thomas, what would you say about Dr. Badie? What do you think when you think about her and what she brings to the table? I know she brings professionalism, but what comes to mind when you think about her?
For sure. I think when I think about Dr. Badie, I think of creativity. I think of just the fact that how, sometimes I can go a little extreme and she's very good about pulling me back.
She's tactful, right?
Very tactful. Very tactful. Just very good spirited, just very, very calming. I think that's what she does, what she brings. She brings into any situation just a great feeling. She makes you feel good about yourself. She makes you feel good being around her. So she just brings positive energy all the time. So when I think of Dr. Badie, I definitely think of just positive energy.
Now, we talk about the Smile Center, right? And obviously it's going very well, right?
Yes.
And what's the difference between the Smile Center and other places that people might have went to? What's the difference when someone walks in and they've got some dental problems and they have a tooth that needs to be extracted, and what's the difference between the Smile Center and somewhere else? Tell me the difference.
So I think, and Dr. Thomas can get in on this as well, but I think our vision for the Smile Center was we wanted people to have like a boutique dental feel in Chicago Heights. Okay. Oftentimes people feel like they have to go maybe like in the city or in a more affluent area to get that very tailored boutique kind of feel for dental care. And we wanted to bring that to Chicago Heights because we think the patients here deserve it. Top-notch quality care, the same thing that you would see in an office if you went to North Michigan Avenue or something.
It's right in the Southland, right?
Yeah, very accessible, exactly.
Now, Dr. Thomas, what made you guys decide to put this in the Southland? And you could have put it anywhere in the Chicago, Orland Park. What made you say, hey, this is going to be our home in Chicago Heights in the Southland?
Right. Well, I've always felt like the Southland was my home. I grew up in Calumet City. Okay. I went to high school in South Highland, and then most of the schools that we see in the school program are centered in the Southland area. So it just made sense. It made sense to come back to where I grew up, and as well as come back to where we work every day. So it just made sense.
Now we talk about the women of distinction, right? You ladies are on fire, right? So what does that mean to you when we say the black woman of distinction? What does that mean when we talk about that?
What? You know what?
Did you know?
You know, I would say one thing. It feels good.
It feels good to be one of the. Let me just say this: a woman of distinction, a black woman of distinction, is quality professionalism, right? Charting your own course, being successful, but yet being humble, right? Now, you guys were nominated to be in that group. And it is very befitting because you are both professional and you're making and chartering new territory, right?
We're trying.
Now, let me ask you a question. As we look at Ford Heights and we look at different parts of Park Forest and other areas of other municipalities, will you be able to help some family, some kid that may not have the financial resources? Will the Smile Center step in and be able to help people that may not have the resources, not all the time, but be able to look out for others in this business?
Absolutely.
How do you do that? Tell me about that.
For sure. So one of the things that we did with the Heart That Smiles, the school-based program that we were doing, is we saw kids regardless of insurance status. So we did the work and would ask questions later, but oftentimes we would get children in the program that needed immediate care. They had infection, they had pain, just different things like that, and the parents would say, you know what, I either have nowhere to send my child, or if maybe I have the medical card, but nowhere in the Southland area takes the medical card for this particular procedure that this child
That's
needs.
what we're talking about.
So we would just sit, we want to focus on getting that child out of pain, getting that child whole and feeling well. So we would just send the child to wherever is close, wherever the parent can go, and we would oftentimes just pay the bill. So our goal is to make sure that we are always doing what's right and focusing on what's right and not turning somebody away because of their financial needs or just things like that. So we definitely want to be someone in the community where people know that they can go and that we are going to try our best to help in any way possible. So that's what we're there for.
Dr. Badie, now there's someone in your background. I don't know if it's your mom or your dad or your grandparents. Who had an impact on you becoming Dr. Badie? Tell me.
100% my mother.
What did she do?
100% my mother. My mother is actually a retired Chicago police officer.
No. Are you serious?
Yeah, and if you saw her, you would not believe it. You would not believe it. Yeah, but my mother, she's just about excellence. With my brother, my sister, she's pushed it from day one, and so that's what I carry with me every day. So everything I do is just because of her.
Going back to mom.
100%.
Going back to square one.
Exactly.
And she should be so proud of you.
I hope she is.
Dr. Thomas, who was in your life, in your background, that pushed you to be Dr. Thomas?
I would definitely say my mother and my father as well. Always same thing Dr. Badie said, always pushing excellence, always just planting those seeds to always push to do the best, be the best, to be kind, to do good. So I definitely say my mother and my father were the ones.
Now we got a few more seconds before we conclude. Give that address again, and give that email, give that contact information so people can get in contact with you.
So our address at the Smile Center is at 430 Dixie Highway in Chicago Heights, Illinois. We have a website. We are thesmilecenteronline.com. Our phone number 708-686-2130. What did I leave out? I think that's it, right?
You got it? Say it one more time for us, please.
The Smile Center, located at 430 Dixie Highway in Chicago Heights, Illinois. Our phone number 708-686-2130, and our website is thesmilecenteronline.com.
Now, last question goes to you, Dr. Thomas, and I want you to look at that camera right there. There's someone out there that was just like you when they were growing up, and they want to strike out on their own. They want to be an entrepreneur. Talk to that person. Doesn't matter if it's a woman or a man or young people. Talk to that person in that camera and think about when you were coming up and thinking about, what am I going to do with my life? Who am I going to be? Tell that person how you can make it. You can be a success.
I would say, any obstacle, that you face, any problems that you find, that you come up with, you always find a way to get through them. My mom used to always tell me, if there's a mountain, you figure out how to go over it. If you can't go over it, you go around it. If you can't go around it, then you go through it. So you don't let anything stand in your way. You persevere, you pray, you reach out to people in the community. A lot of times we stay quiet. We have these dreams and we have these goals, but then we keep them to ourselves. Reach out. There's always that somebody that's willing to help, or somebody that's willing to give advice, to pave the way, somebody who knows somebody. Always be aggressive. Don't let anything stand in your way or make you think that you can't accomplish what it is that you set out to do, because you can.
That was beautiful. Very heartfelt words. And at the bottom of the screen, we're going to obviously put the phone number again and the email address for people that want to come to the Smile Center. I strongly suggest it. As you can see, these women are on fire. These women understand that they want to give back in the community. They're here to stay. And we just want to congratulate you two on a job well done, and much success in being role models and our women of distinction in the South Suburban News. Thank you both for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah.